What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Showw. This is interview 638 interviews. Give this special guest a second to get on and we'll start this Iccy Showw. This is a worldwide collaboration artist right here coming on. Full of effect. Salute if it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences to anyone who has lost anyone. Please put your happy Good Friday to everyone. Put your area codes, the country, state you're tuning in. Definitely. Salute, peace, love, and respect to everyone. I hope everyone has a blessed Easter this weekend. Definitely. The traffic is crazy out there. Definitely be careful. Safe travels to everybody. Peace on this Friday. Friday, fun day. I'm going to send you the request again, babe. Here we go.
Got it.
Hey, Queen.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah.
Just you want to adjust. Yeah, adjust yourself. We need your pretty face in there.
Oh, this is not moving. Okay, there we go. Hey.
Hey. A little bit more. Yep.
Okay.
Bingo. Okay. Welcome to the Iccy Showw. This is Lady Devine, the one and only worldwide collaboration artist right here. I thank you for coming on the Iccy Showw. Your interview, 638 interviews I've done. Welcome to the Iccy Showw. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Queen. So I've been going over everything, what you've been doing and what you are doing. For the people that don't know of you, what made you start to get into modeling and things like that?
Actually I always been a fan of fashion, but actually during COVID, when I had time to sit back and think about my life and what I'm doing, I decided that I wanted to open up an online boutique. So I did that for a couple of years, and then a partner of mine came to me and said, "Hey, I'm opening up a women's center. Would you like to be in a women's center?" And I was like, "Sure." You know what? But better place to be than a women's center where they're doing hair, they're getting their fat removed.
Yes.
They are doing makeup, and so I fit right in. So I've been doing that. Got with a lot of different models to actually go out to different shows and show them my dresses and the exclusive wears that I have. I have some exclusive dresses.
That's amazing. Now, when you were younger, did you ever think you would become a fashion designer?
I didn't. It just fell into my lap, with this idle time. So, when have times like that, you have time to sit back and think about what you're doing and why.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you come up with your own designs, like what you actually want to make, and then you put it in the pattern?
Actually, I have a designer that does my dresses. I design it and then they make them.
That's amazing. Definitely.
Yeah.
Designers, much love and respect to them. That's hard work.
Yes, it is. It is.
What is your favorite outfit that they put together for you?
My favorite outfit?
That they made for you?
So far, it's a green dress that I wore last year at our celebrating the 50 years of hip hop awards, and it was really beautiful. And that's got to be one of my favorite pieces.
Okay. Now, do you do beauty pageant makeup for the teens and stuff like that?
No, I have a makeup line. I have a makeup line. I have a skincare line. I have a wine, Devine wine, perfume.
Yes, I was going to get into that after.
Lady
the
wine.
Yes.
But I don't do the makeup. It's someone that's in our facility that actually does the makeup.
Okay. And you say you have your own line for makeup. Where can they purchase that makeup?
At www.devinelux.com.
Okay.
Devinelux.com. Yeah.
do you change the colors during the seasons, or do they pretty much stay up there what you have, and then you just add more product to the line?
Yeah, I pretty much just keep what's up there and then add products. For the wardrobe though, I might take out coats and put in swimwear, stuff like that. But yeah,
Oh,
I don't change up a lot.
that's good, because it keeps what you actually have going, keeps that line going. So when people change things and then they get rid of the old things, I'm like, that's never old because that's new to somebody else that never seen it. Um,
That
that's
that is very
important
true.
because yes, yes. Do you like the bright colors in the makeup during the
I
summertime?
do. I do. I just like to be very flamboyant.
I love it. I love it. That's how I am.
Yeah,
I love it.
I do. So what part of the country are you from?
Boston.
Boston. Okay, nice,
Yeah.
Boston. Haven't
Yes. Have you
been
ever been
there.
out?
Mm-mm.
You you,
Nope.
you got to
I've
come out
been to
and
New York.
visit.
I've been to New
Oh,
York,
we're
but not Boston. Yeah.
I hope to see you one day. I hope to see you on
Yeah.
the runway, with the models. That's what I would love to see you do. I was going
Thank
through
you.
your pictures. You're beautiful, and you're very welcome. How
Thank you.
about have you ever thought of doing a catalog of you being the model for the whole catalog with
No.
your merchandise?
Mm-mm. No, because I
That's
don't want to be. That's a lot of work. So I have when my models do model, I do put them up on the catalog. But for me to try on all the pieces, that's a lot of work. So no. But
Do you
I
guys have?
also do group homes. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah,
So
you go ahead, honey.
I do group homes as well. I have 7 group homes, me and my partner, and I'm in an interview. Yes. Okay. Just come on. I'm in an interview. I'm sorry. So
Okay, it's okay.
yeah, we uh have 4 for the homeless. We do men and women, and also thank you. Also we do mental health. So we have 2 mental health facilities for men, and this
Nice.
is
Where are
very much needed.
they located?
They're
Yes,
in
yes. Where are they
Cincinnati,
located?
Ohio. In
Okay,
Cincinnati. Yeah,
okay.
so all of them are in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Do you think we should have more homes like that around the country?
Oh
Since mental,
yeah, I mean, fortunately the laws have changed with the marijuana, so a lot of the guys are getting out of jail, and they have nowhere to go. The places that they used to call home is not home anymore. The girlfriend that they used to have is not their girlfriend no more, so they out here lost. So it definitely needs to be more housing. Cincinnati as a whole has a lack of housing, and it's pretty sad, to see people that had to sleep underneath a bridge. I could never imagine, you know, being in that situation. So I do as much as I can to help the population as much as they won't help. So they have to want the help in order to get the help.
yeah, that's I've been homeless before. That's why my eyes are watering up. So I understand how it is. And
Oh,
it's a hard situation, like you can have everything in front of you right now, a job, a home, your family, and then as soon as you go behind doors, all gone. And people switch up. They don't want anything to do with you because you got locked up. They think you're a bad person, so the family disowns you. So it's a lot of mental um challenges that people have to go through when they're inside and coming out into the world, especially when they think they have their family and they don't got nobody.
yeah.
It's
And not
sad.
only that is um, drugs and alcohol play a lot to do with homelessness and the mental health. So we have a lot that are on drugs, but they don't want to get help. They like being on drugs. They don't want to change. So it's very difficult because they want to live out the rest of their life just like they're living, and that's a horrible way to live your life and then die. And we've had a couple that has died, that's been in our facility. So it's, you get attached to people, and you want the best for them, but they have to want the best for themselves as well.
Yes, that is so true. What is the youngest person you had to deal with? Um,
Probably like 21.
and was that the
Yeah.
hardest you think you had to deal with?
No, um, he he started off really good, and he got a hold to some synthetic drugs, and people don't know that, when you go to buy drugs, you don't know what you're actually getting.
Yes.
And once he had those synthetic drugs, I mean, he just lost his mind. He
Oh,
lost
wow.
his mind, and it was nothing that we can do to get him back. And so he ended up getting put out the group home because we couldn't handle him. And the agency, who it was his mental health agency that he was under, they couldn't handle him either. So he ended up sleeping on the bench, where he said he never wanted to go again, which
Wow.
is very, very difficult. But yeah,
That's
pe-
sad. It's very
people have to
sad.
be aware of what's going on and what they're getting. You know,
Yes.
just to get high, you don't know. People set you up.
Yes.
People set you up.
From the, you never know, it could be that one pill or one little line or anything that you do, just that one little sniff or whatever could be your last. And people don't
To be your
understand,
life.
everything is mixed. You got acid, you got rat poison, you got, you name it, they got the
And
fentanyl into
and
everything.
yeah, embalming fluid.
Yes. And
Horse tranquilizer.
yes, yes, and when I came out of surgery, I was on fentanyl. They had it through the IV, and I had one time they put it through me, and I said, "Oh my God, my pores smelt really bad from the drug, and you just felt crappy." And anyone that can do that on a daily basis, you got to check in for help. You got to get help because you're not going to survive.
No.
I took from the doctor because I had the heart surgery, so I was on major I was cut. I had heart surgery. So I
Oh
understand.
wow.
Yes. So, how do you feel being in this, scenario, what your job is? Do you think when they took away the oxys and the Vicodin and started putting people into the methadone clinics, do you think that made a difference on the spike of all these overdoses? I feel like they've increased because when
Oh
people were
yeah.
getting oxys and Percocets, I never heard of overdoses like I do now. Now I'm hearing every day. Like I just lost someone. I just found out today I lost somebody 2 weeks ago. I didn't even know, and I talked to them 3 weeks ago and found out
Oh
that.
man.
And it's just like just a matter of a second. You're not promised. How do you feel about what is going on with the medicine? Do you think with all these facilities opening for the methadone clinic that they're just getting addicted to that and more addicted and intensify it?
Yeah, I think people people are getting accustomed to the Vicodin, the Percocets, and stuff like that, and so they have to get something stronger. The Icy Cotton, the methadone. They're looking for a different high, a different pain reliever than they are accustomed to. So the higher dose, or the higher the intake of that pain medication, the more apt that you may see them becoming addictive. And they say, "Oh, we don't want you to become addictive. We want you to come in and do your P test, and we want to see you once a month." But you're still giving them this drug. They're still going out there. They're using the drug. They're misusing the drug, and there you go, another
Yeah,
death. You know.
yeah, it's crazy. I'm 40. I'll be 46 in a couple months, and I've been through hell and hell water, and I feel bad for the kids because they're the future. And
Yes.
I did a couple of tours, and I went around to like different states. I was actually out in your state in Ohio. I was in Cleveland. I did Detroit. I went to like the nitty gritty hoods by myself, but I provided to free lunch for the young ones that I seen sleeping under the bridge in New York. They were like
Wow.
9 years old, 10 years old, and it breaks
Amazing.
my heart because it's like I understand we're going through a crisis. Everybody's going through a crisis right now, but the children of the future, we need to make their life a better impact, a better um, focus, a tunnel for them so they don't think all this bad. So they need to hit the streets and, they got to get a fix for themselves at 10 years old. That should not be happening. Like,
Yeah.
that's really,
And I think a lot of that has to do with the lack of parenting, number one. Number two is the music that we're putting out. It's the TV that they're watching. All that together, because at 9 or 10 years old, I was never thinking about a drug or taking a vape or um, being homeless. At 9 and 10 years old, I'm ready to watch cartoons. But the kids today, they have a whole different outlook on life because they have new challenges, and they have lack of parents, and it's they're our future, and what we gonna do?
right.
You know.
How do you think we can make a change for I understand parents have to work 2, 3 jobs now. I understand that. I do it myself. So I can relate. But how could you think they can make a difference to make it a smoother route for the children and for the parents to be a part of their children's life?
Well, I really think that more parents should get involved in the school. Number one, you got to know who is with your kids because they're with them 8 9 hours a day. You got to know who is actually teaching your kids what. That's number one. The number two is you got to pay attention to what they're listening to, what they're watching, because you'll be surprised what they're watching. I've seen some TikTok videos and they're having sex.
Yes.
And my 6-year-old is grandson is watching this. And I'm like, turn this off. So I said, hey, let's during Christmas time. I said, let's watch Frosty the Snowman and let's watch some Santa Claus is coming to town. He said, no, I don't want to watch that. Gigi, that's scary. I'm like, no, what you're watching is scary. You need to watch some real cartoons and really know what it is. But we have to monitor more what our kids are listening to and what they're watching. Most
Yes.
definitely.
I totally agree. And I was always the parent that never gave my kids a cell phone. My daughter was 15 when she got her first cell phone. Everyone thought I was crazy. You're a mean mom. How dare you? Like, I got all names called at me. But I did it because I have a daughter. I don't want my daughter looking at porn. I don't want my daughter looking at stuff, getting, excuse me, a private picture sent to her on social media.
Yeah,
Why should I have? So I didn't allow my daughter to have social media until she was 17 years
I
old. And
don't blame you.
she thanks me up to now. She's 21 now, and she thanks me. All her friends were doing they were smoking marijuana with oxys crushed inside the
Mm,
blunt. And
mm,
it's
mm.
terrible because at that age, at 12 years old, you know, I used to smoke weed and I couldn't even tell that they were high, but it's because they were mixed with the oxy. That's how bad that their high was, that they were balancing an upper and a downer to make them like this, but they're walking around like zombies. And they were just, oh, I'm tired from school. So I'm thinking they're tired from school, but it's actually what they were actually smoking. But
Oh,
thank God my daughter never ever, I scared the crap out of my daughter, not in like a mental, like, oh, this, that, but I taught all my children about drugs before they even knew about it, to put it out there to scare the crap out of them so they didn't want to touch it. And knock on wood, it worked. All three of my children. I'm thankful that what I did scare them enough to not touch it. I even, like, if you want to smoke marijuana, let me know. I'll get it for you. I don't want
right.
you going to get it from the streets. You might want to slide to the camera this way, hon. Just a little more, queen. Yeah, perfect. um,
So
so how do you feel about that? Do you think the young ones shouldn't have the social media, like a cell phone so young? What is your output on that?
I really don't think so. I tell you the perfect example today. I had somebody that for somehow they was able to call me from an email, and when I looked at the email, it was a guy jacking off. I'm like, oh my God,
It's disgusting.
why are we subjected to this? And I had problems with my granddaughter last year. She was 11, sending naked pictures. You
Yeah.
know, because you know people like, yeah, send the pictures and this is cool, and no, that's not cool. You don't
No.
know where these pictures went to or what, and it's horrible. It's horrible,
Yeah.
the world that we live in right now. This is really horrible. We have to put some guidance on those social media outlets, or you just gonna let social media raise your kid, you know?
Yes. I totally agree with that, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that. And that person should be prosecuted. To telling a girl to send naked pictures. Come on, anyone that's tuning in now, and you have kids out there, you need to go and talk to your kids and tell them it's not okay to say send pictures or send pictures naked. I'm always about that. You have to tell your kids the facts of life. I was my learner, my teacher. I'm still learning every day. I'm not perfect, but we got to be the voice for this younger generation so they
We do.
know, no, no, don't touch that. It's like hot water to cold water. You touch it, you're going to boil, you're going to burn your hand. You touch it, that's where we got to make an impact. And I'm sorry you have to go through that because um, I've been great. So, like, when it comes to hearing stuff like that, I'm for the children. So it's like, I want to protect everyone's child. Like, that's how I feel I want to do. And
Yeah.
that's why I go around to state to try to, talk to the youth. If I see a kid being fresh at the store and he's mouthing off to the cashier, I'm gonna say something. But listen, it's about respect. That's what this
Right.
young generation
They
doesn't
don't have it.
have that.
And they're not scared of us no more. I was scared of my parents. And so I didn't do
Yep,
things because I was afraid. But these kids these days are not afraid, and they would challenge you in a minute. Yeah.
right. And
So it's
we
like, oh my God, what is going on?
yeah, yes, and it's like I feel like the social media is taking over, and you can't hit your kids. You can't hit your kids anymore. When I was growing up, I got the slipper. I got the telephone wire. Like I got whipped, and
Anything.
bachelor is broken off of my head, like crazy stuff. And it's real talk, but I was scared to crap out of my soul. And
Yeah.
it's like, when I hear these kids, and my mom lets the kids like the way they talk, and I'm like, no, stop that. You don't. I was allowed to talk like that. They're not allowed to talk like that. But it's
Right.
like, I try to make a positive outcome because life is too short, and it's sad to see this generation deteriorate and so fast and so quickly that we need to nip it. Everybody, I feel in my power of my heart and soul that if we all come together, and I always say this when it comes to the children, we can make an impact. I really feel it. You're in Ohio, I'm in Boston. State to state come together, and we buckle down on these children like how they're supposed to be buckled down, and be like, no, you're not doing it. They got the ghost guns everywhere. It's like enough is enough. We got to take full control of these kids. We really do. And
Right.
I'm not saying meaning to put them away, no, but they need a guidance. The guidance,
Redirect them.
yeah,
Redirect them. You
yeah.
know, because they need to be redirected. Definitely, it's bad.
What is the
Yeah.
best advice you've been given
That I have been given, or me giving out.
that's been given to you that you could pass on to somebody else?
Uh, well, like I said, I was afraid of my parents, so that was enough. But they would always tell me, I wouldn't do that if I was you. You know, think about your consequences before you do it. And I think that's what's wrong with our young people. We don't think things out. We just act, 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 act. We don't think out what's going to happen if I do this. They have no idea of how to use critical thinking, and I think that's one of the things that we lack. Because why would you why would you kill somebody for stepping on your shoe?
Right,
You know, was and like I tell my grandkids, every battle is not worth fighting.
right,
Sometimes you have to look the other way and say, okay, it happened. It's over. Let's go on with life. Because things like that is taking people's life out of here, young people's life. And
Yes,
it's senseless. Yeah, it's very senseless.
it is. I totally agree 100%. And it's crazy. You know, they cuss that so young, but they get away with it. If the, I feel like, you know, cussing starts young. You got to tell them no. The parents got to say no. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people just let them go. And I
Hmm.
feel like a lot of parents give up on their own children so easy because they don't know how to control them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know. I would say some things, but I'm not running around and trying to spank you or anything like that because I've had my one kid and I raised that one kid. So the three grandkids, I felt like that's not my responsibility. Yes, I can redirect them, but I'm not using my breath and
Yeah,
my energy to run around chasing y'all because y'all faster than me and try to spank you. No, you go home to your parent and let them deal with it. You know, it's just very, very unfortunate.
definitely, definitely. Do you plan on expanding your locations out there where you are for
Um,
the three?
for the boutique.
No, for the group home?
Oh yeah. If we can get Cincinnati under control, then yes. But it's really bad here. We got lot going on. We got a lot of people living under bridges that shouldn't be. Um, a lot of mental health issues that's not being addressed. So um, yeah, I can't see it expanded right now until we can control our own city,
Do
and
you,
it's pretty bad.
do you think mental health has gone up since COVID?
Oh, definitely. Definitely, a lot of people suffered from mental health issues during COVID. The people that even had COVID, the mental capacity that they once had is not still there. You know, uh, um, people that have breathing problems in their lungs, it went to their head as well. They're not the same, and they said they'll never be the same. So we had a lot of unfortunate circus circumstances with COVID that can't be turned around.
Wow. Have you ever thought of going to state to state yourself and reaching out to other states and see how to, you know, to make an impact around the state, you know, with group homes to coming together to expand it?
Well, one of the things that we have implemented is that's not everybody that everybody's not doing is shared living. So we have facilities that have um, many rooms in it, so we can block off their own room, but they have to share the bathroom and they share the kitchen. So I think if people would catch on to shared living and start expanding in that way instead of everybody want to get a group home, that maybe more people will be able to be helped because it's less um, licensures that you had to have in order to do a shared living facility.
Oh,
But yeah, again, if I had the time to do that, I would. The other thing that I do is I'm an A&R for Pretty Money Records out in New York City,
whoop, whoop.
and we have um, two artists, Justine Music and Kiana Sierra. So in my spare
Yes,
time, maybe I can.
yes, yes.
I have no spare
I
time,
know you work a lot. How did
but I
do you
enjoy
ever feel
it.
overwhelmed?
Do I ever feel overwhelmed? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I do. Sometimes I have to sit back and you know, take a day off and just, do nothing because sometimes it's very, very overwhelming the things that we see or had to go through and the people that we're dealing with, it becomes overwhelming. Yeah.
yes. I salute you, Crown Queen. I give you crown from the Iccy Show because
Thank you.
um, you're very welcome. Because you know mental health is crazy, but you have all these people underneath you. So I know that gets overwhelming because mental health, you're dealing with mental health. And then, sometimes I'm sure you cry or break down sometimes of the stories you hear because they're so sad and you're trying your best to help them. But I salute to you what you're doing. Don't ever stop. We need more people like you out there to, come together. People have stories, expand them. Try to get more people involved. That's why I said, would you ever go state to state to try to make it, make it bigger or organization from you, under you, you as the CEO going around. But I'm sure, like Boston, there's so many homeless people out there, and
Is it really?
it's just insane. And we have housing, Section 8, and all that, but it's still people
It's not
don't have jobs. So,
enough.
yes, and it's very devastating. It's so sad.
Because then you have people that's evicted from Section 8. Where do you go then?
Nowhere.
It's nowhere for you to go. And that's why we give people a second chance, because we know that it's people out there that has got involved in drugs, their mental health is not there. They've lost their home, they've gotten evicted, and they have nowhere to go. And we do ask for a background check, but as we tell them that, there's nothing that you probably could have done that would keep us from letting you be a part of this. This is your second opportunity in life. So take advantage of it,
You're an amazing woman. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
How many? You're very welcome. How many people can hold in your facility?
We have one facility with 15 men. Um, most of them are 5. They're smaller houses. They're 5, but we have one big one with 15 in it, and it's a challenge.
Yes, because how do you? Because the state has to give you the food and stuff like that, right? Or do you?
Oh, for our shared living facilities, we don't provide food,
Oh,
but
wow.
for our group homes, we do. Yeah, we have to
Wow.
provide 3 meals.
Wow. So things get tougher on what you're doing. Salute to you. I mean, you're amazing. You're like a God's gift right here walking. And that's what we really need in this world right now. Anyone that can make a difference and can link with this queen right here to expand to your state, let's do it. Link with
Let's
her.
do it. Yes.
Yes, we need it. We need more people to come together. If you can do it, let's get it. It's about making a difference in the world. And that's how it starts. By networking, getting someone else that's doing it on the East Coast or the West Coast, and link with you. That's what definitely. And I would love to have you back here in a year to tell me what your update. Hopefully, expanded. That's what I would love to hear.
Hmm. Yeah, and I want to thank the Worldwide Collaboration too, because I've only been in this, I think about 2 months, but they have been so supportive, and it's a lot of people in the collaboration that we can link up with,
Yeah.
and we can make a difference in people's life. So,
Yeah.
I really appreciate this opportunity to be here, and it's so many amazing people like
Thank
yourself that's out here that's really doing something great. And hats off to you too.
thank
You're doing it also.
thank you, Queen. I appreciate that definitely. And our family is big. Shout out to the Worldwide Collaboration. Much love, respect to everyone. Keep it going. That's what I like to see. And yourself.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the boutique a little bit. Um, how can they do you do custom wear if someone is looking for a custom outfit?
Yes, yes, they can call me up at 513-480-9200, or you may see something that you like or something similar at www.devinelux.com. That's DEVINELUX.com. And then we go from there. We get your measurements. You tell me exactly what's your vision, and I service people all around the world. So um, I really enjoy, especially those customers that you make happy. I want to make everybody happy, but sometimes it's impossible. So,
Yeah.
you know, I I take customers one by one. I treat each and every customer like the last one.
I love that.
So yeah.
Definitely. So go check her out. Go check out her boutique. If you, is it for men and female or just female?
Men and female.
Ooh, that's the first
Mhm.
time I've ever heard with men and female. So salute.
Mhm.
Definitely. Anyone that needs a custom outfit, link with this queen. She's doing major things. And why not put the money into a mom and pop store? That's what I call it. Instead of a big Macy's or somewhere big. Put it in this lady's pocket, that's so she can expand. We want to see her all around. We want to see her boutiques in England. We want to see it over here. So that's what I would love to see next year. You expanding.
Yes, that would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything holding you back in your career right now?
Um, yeah, I mean, I can't do a lot of traveling because I have a 87-year-old father. So I don't want to travel too much because I want to be there for him. And
Yes,
he's been in my life all my life and provided for us all our life. So I got to give him that same respect.
yes, yes. I respect it
Mhm.
1,000%. Wow, you are. I thought I was busy. You are a handful, and you juggle it so wonderful. Hats off, definitely 1,000%.
I try, but who wants their parent? Who wants their parent in um these homes? Uh-oh,
Right.
what was it called? Yeah, who wants their parent in a elderly home because they're not treating them right? They they treat them bad, and I would never want to do my dad like that. Yeah.
I lost.
So if you can, go
Yes.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Queen.
I'm saying if you can take that time and provide for your elderly people, do so. Don't send them out there because my mom we could not take care of. She was too far gone, and we used to go there every day, and she was just full of crap, just all in her bed. They wasn't changing her. I mean, it went down to her skin and bones. That's how bad it
Because
was.
it ate at
Yeah,
her. Yep.
it ate her up. So
That,
if you could take care of your parent, do so. So yeah.
and all nurses out there in rehabs and things like that, take care of your patients. That's your job. Don't neglect them. I just lost my dad. Well, I call him my dad. My uncle. Um, I lost him in December, but the hospital neglected him because they said that he only had a heart attack. And I came because I'm his healthcare proxy. So your healthcare proxy, you're supposed to fight for them. So I went there. I said, no. They said he had a heart attack. I said, no, he had a stroke. He's choking on applesauce. He's choking on ice cream. They're saying, oh, that's part of the heart attack. I
Oh,
said,
well.
look, no,
No.
they said, oh, his face isn't lopsided. I said, I don't care. His face is not lopsided. Do a CAT scan of his brain to make sure he doesn't have a stroke. They refused. They told me they did. They transferred him to a rehab. That rehab doesn't even take patients that have strokes. And I asked them, did they check him? They never checked him for a stroke. And my uncle stopped breathing and was put on life support at the rehab and then transferred to the hospital. And they said that they would never take him as a patient if they knew he had a stroke. And the hospital neglected to check him for the stroke before they sent him. And he was put on life support. Long story short, suing the hospital now because he's no longer here. And Boston Hospital confirmed it that 3 weeks prior he had a stroke, and they would have been able to do something because you can do it. I think in 40 to 72 hours they could give the medicine,
Wow.
and they didn't do it. They neglected him.
Oh wow.
So I salute to you. I know what you're going through, and I was by his side. I stayed by his side to the hospice for 30 days. Wouldn't leave. They broke his wrist in Boston at the hospital. They told me it was part of putting the wrist. The wrist is when they not arrest you, but they put your hands to the bed and lock you down. They said they broke his wrist that way. But
Oh
the
my
whole time
God.
they kept telling me he broke his wrist, and they kept telling me, no, it's just inflamed. I said, no, his wrist is broken. I see his bone popping out on the side. As soon as you lift up his hand, he started screaming. get off of me. You're hurting me. And, you know, I seen it. So I refused to leave his side. And he got mistreated in front of me a couple times in the middle of the night. And I flipped out on the nurses. They had a couple correction and everything. I'm the type that will stick up anyone that's getting abused or neglected in any of those facilities. I'll stick up. No one should go through that. No family should go through it. It's bad enough to
No.
lose one, you know?
Yep. It's horrible.
Yes, totally. Um,
Yep.
oh, thank you, Alicia. They said God bless to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let them know all your social media where they can find you. And for your artists, are you looking to book them for shows right now?
Oh yes, yes. They're actually in development right now, but they should be done within the next month. And yes, I'm looking to book them. Um, some of the people have had interviews with Jacine, and they're playing her music. So the other Kiana Sierra, she had been sitting down because her mom was ill, but she's back in development, and she should be ready to go in the next month too. So
Okay.
you can reach me on all social media platforms, on Instagram at Devine Lux, Twitter, Divine, listen, Divine, I think it's Divine Lady Divine, something like that.
I
um,
Lady Devine.
yeah. What else? Twitter, Facebook, Kimberly Divine, and what else we got here? YouTube, Divine Lux, and my website, www.divinelux.com. So I
Link.
thank you guys for tuning in and listening to me,
Yes.
and thanks for listening to my story, because there's a lot of people out there that need help, and we need to make sure that we're doing our part.
Yes. I salute
Yeah,
you, Queen. Don't stop. We need more people like you. I always, when I hear stories like this, I love them. I love doing interviews like this because this is reality. This is what we're going through, and it will touch at least one person around one state because at least one person is going through the same thing.
yeah,
Trying to get them into a facility. Um, excuse me. I know people that have called crisis lines, they never call them back. Um, so it's like, who is really controlling the doctors, the nurses, when they're not even helping the patient? It's crazy. It makes you
it's
think.
sad.
And it's
It's
like,
very sad.
we're all money because they want to keep putting us on medicine. I had a doctor one time. He was going into a big hospital in Boston. So he had a small practice. I was his patient for years. Didn't ever think he was going to give up on his thing. He started writing me all these prescriptions, saying my cholesterol is this, my blood pressure is this. I'm like, you never complained about that. Why are you putting me on this prescription? I went to the bathroom. I heard the nurse telling the doctor, you got to get 1,000 prescriptions so you can get into the big hospital.
What?
Around the corner, I said, I'm not taking none of that shit. You just lost me as a patient. I've been your patient. You've been my doctor for years. And for you
Yes.
to turn around and just put me on prescriptions without I didn't have high blood pressure, so I shouldn't have been put on that. I shouldn't have been on high
Wow.
cholesterol. Then I was on, I had blood clots. So he was trying to have me come every 2 days, every day, get my blood work. I'm like, no, no, no. Put me on a blood thinner that I don't need to be here. There's no reason for me to come get blood work, damaging my own veins. They're going, you can do so much to your veins. And long story short, it's like you got to be in control. You got to know what is going on out there. You got to be in control of your life. And I love how you're still a part of your father's life. And I love how you're taking care of your father. That's major. If you can do it, I tell everyone, take control of your own family. Don't let them control your family.
Yeah, don't. We got to take control.
Yes. Is there
Hmm.
anything that we didn't bring up that you would like to bring up, Lady Divine?
No, no, we've touched on a lot in this short of time, and I really enjoyed talking to you,
You're
and look
very
forward
welcome.
to talking with you again.
Yes, Queen. And anytime you need an interview, I got you. If your artists need an interview, I got you. And pay attention to my page because I do share shows that will be happening. If someone, like there's a show happening in Rhode Island, the beginning of April. They're looking for artists to perform out there. So if your artists are looking trying to perform, just stay tuned on what I got going on or what people got going on
Awesome.
there.
That's nice. Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
welcome. Lady Devine, worldwide collaboration queen, right here, full effect. If you
Yeah.
don't know who she is, do your research.
Do
She
you
got a
respect?
boutique. She's in the mental health. She's helping people. You know, she's a manager of 2 artists. Are you looking to manage more artists?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I just had
I,
a guy on. I'm gonna tag you in. I'm gonna send you his name. He's looking for a manager. I had him last night, Mr. Shaman from
hmm
Boston. He's looking for an art manager.
So,
So I'm going to tag you with his name, and you guys can connect with each other.
and my niece does management. Regina Spicy period solo. You seen her? Have you had an
Yes,
interview
yes.
with her? Yeah, she does management. So
If she needs an
she'll be.
interview, I got her.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am particularly looking for a group. It could be a male group or a female group. It could be any age. But I want to get back to when the music was real and we had groups and they talked about something and it was substantial. So that's what I'm looking to get back into.
Mr. Shaman is your guy. He has the group, and yeah, I'm gonna
What?
connect. Yes, he has the group. He has the group, and his interview was an hour and a half last night, and he talked about some real knowledgement in this industry. So that might be your guy right there, the key to success.
Uh-oh. A group.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm gonna definitely send you his information. As soon as we get
Okay.
off, I'll tag you in it.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. I appreciate you, Queen, coming on here. This is Lady Devine. If you don't know who she is internationally, worldwide collaboration right here, full effect. Look for her booker and her artist. This is interview 638 interviews I've done in 5.5 years. So if you want to be a guest, link with your
Mhm.
girl Jackie Brown, who sees IE Brown. I'm booking until May. And I appreciate you, Lady Devine, coming on the Iccy Show.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Much love and respect to everyone that's in. God bless and free the jail, and happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter.
Thank you. Peace,
Thank you.
love, and
Bye
respect.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.